Hey everyone, it's Kelsey. Welcome back to my little day in my life vlog. Well, welcome to, because I guess this is the intro, but hope you all are doing good. It is extremely hot here, as usual, but luckily there's like today and tomorrow are the hot days, and then after that it goes back down to the 60s at night, so I'm very happy because there is an end in sight to this heat wave, thankfully. But I wanted to do a little chill day in my life vlog sort of thing, just because I felt like vlogging. I have been very into the Dropouts podcast lately, so I was watching that earlier. I literally watched it for the first time I feel like a week ago maybe, so I have so many episodes to catch up on, but it sucks because I got into the podcast literally right before Tara left and now she's gone. So I'm kind of sad because I really like the dynamic that her, Jared, and Zach have. I hope his name's Zach. I feel like it is. I like their dynamic a lot. I think it is really funny, just the three of them. So I'm sad that she left, but I also respect, why she did. And I feel like she was getting a lot of hate just because everyone started chipping her with people. And I just feel like a lot of times with especially girls, famous girls, it's people love you and then they hate you. So I can kind of understand, because I feel like she got really big and then she went on this podcast, and then I just feel like I've seen her get a lot of flack for it, because I guess Zach's ex used to be on the podcast or something. I don't know. I'm not that up on the drama because I didn't even know who the rest of these people were. I only heard of that podcast because Tara went on it, because obviously I'm a Sam and Colby fan and a Corey fan and a Jake fan, so I used to watch them all when they were part of the Trap House, way back when it was Sam, Colby, Elton, and Aaron. If you remember Aaron, I feel like you're a real one. So I used to watch it way back then, so I obviously knew Tara from that because she started dating Jake, and then they would film a lot of videos with Sam and Colby. So I've been a fan of her for a while. So then she was doing that podcast, and I kept seeing TikToks, and I was like, oh, I really like her dynamic. And now I really like the podcast because I think Zach is really funny. He just has such a deadpan, dry humor that I just love. And it genuinely makes me laugh, which is refreshing, because I have tried so hard to become a big podcast person, but I just can't get into them. And I need to watch them. I can't just listen to them while I do something else. I need the visual. But I've been really enjoying this podcast. I also really like Trisha's podcast because I think it's super interesting, because everybody knows who Trisha is. And seeing her years later when she's more mature, and seeing her take on things is so interesting, especially because she's honest about things, and she's yeah, I just did this for fame, I was just trolling. It's so interesting to hear her say the truth about things, especially given that I've been following for a while. And then I really like Tana's podcast for the same reason, because it's very interesting to hear Tana's take on things, because everybody knows who Tana is, and Tana and Trisha are so interesting because they were so controversial. So it's really interesting to get their perspective on a lot of things. But anywho, I've been really into those podcasts lately. And then I just started watching SWAT for the first time. I've never seen it, but if you know me or watch my channel, then you probably know that I'm a huge 911 fan. And everybody says that if you like 911, then you'll like SWAT. So I was okay, 911's currently on hiatus and doesn't come back until September, so I needed something else to watch. So I started watching SWAT. I've seen Criminal Minds, so obviously it's got Derek Morgan. It's got that actor on there. That's what he left Criminal Minds for. At first, when he left Criminal Minds, I was why would you do that? But I didn't realize he was the main character for SWAT. I don't know why, because now that I think back on it, I remember he's literally was on the cover, it was just him, and then the words SWAT was the poster when it was advertised. So it's now I'm yeah, duh, he was the main, but I just never put it together. But now that I'm actually watching it, I'm oh, that makes sense career wise why he left then, because he was going from a reoccurring ensemble main to the title character. So I can understand that. It also seems it's probably a fun show to do. And at first I was why would you leave Criminal Minds to go on a show where you get to do the same thing? Because I was oh, you're leaving a police show to go on a police show. But he definitely gets to do a lot of different things and a lot more action. So now that I've actually watched the show, I totally see why that choice was made. And he was in Criminal Minds for a long time. Like, I left off somewhere in season 6, and I'm pretty sure he's still there. So, I get it. So I've been watching that, and then I woke up at like, I don't know, maybe 5:30 in the morning. So I turned Holy Moly on. If you haven't seen Holy Moly, I'm pretty sure it got canceled, but Stephen Curry created this mini golfing show competition, and it's so freaking funny. It's just so good, and I love mini golf, and I'm a big Stephen Curry fan. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. I've like rewatched it so many times, but so I put it on in the background because I literally woke up at 5:30 from a nightmare. The nightmare was so creepy, guys. It was like I was going to the Conjuring house with some people. It was like one of my friends was in it, but the other people, I don't know, they were just random people, but like in the dream I knew who they were, if that makes sense. The closer we got, because we were supposed to stay there for a weekend, and the closer we got, the more I was like, no, like this is gonna like go bad, I don't want to stay here. And it's like I remember feeling the anxiety in the dream because I knew that like things were gonna go wrong, and like it was just gonna go bad. But for whatever reason, I was like too scared to like actually refuse to go, but I kept trying to convince other people not to go. And then I woke up. It was just creepy. It was really creepy. And before that, I had a dream, and this was definitely because the episode of SWAT that I just watched, it was a prison riot episode, which was really freaking good. It was season 1 episode 10. If you've seen that episode, you know what I'm talking about. But I literally had a dream where I was in a prison riot. Like, I don't know what I was doing there. I don't remember. I know I wasn't a prisoner, but I don't think I was like part of SWAT. I was just there. I was doing something, but I don't remember. But I'm like, obviously that dream came from that episode because I watched it right before I went to bed. But like, it was 2 like scary dreams in a row. So then I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, no, absolutely not. I need to turn on like Holy Moly, something happy, before I can fall back asleep. And then I stayed up until like 6:30. Like I stayed up for another hour before I could fall asleep, because like whenever I have bad dreams like that, I just need a second to calm down. Like, it happens to me a lot lately, but it's like if they're dreams that feature like demons or something like that, I don't fuck with that. So I get really freaked out. So I always need a bit to calm down after that. Like, that really freaks me out, and I have those dreams a lot. Probably because I really love like supernatural stuff, so I'm always like, you know, I watch Ghost Adventures, I watch Sam and Colby, I watch the Overnight Channel. Like, a lot of the shows I watch have like supernatural elements. Like, I get it because I consume a lot of that media, so obviously I dream about it a lot. It totally makes sense. But it's always so scary when you wake up from a dream like that, because like you wake up with the anxiety, like your body feels the emotions while you're asleep, and then you wake up and you remember how scared you were. So that was my morning. So then I fell asleep around 6:30 again, finally. Slept till like 11:30, so which was good because I got like a whole uninterrupted 5 hours. For some reason, when I sleep, I like fall asleep around 1, and then I wake up at like 3 or like 5, usually from a nightmare lately. And then it usually takes me like an hour to fall back to sleep. So then I fall asleep at like 4 or 5 or 6, depending. And then I end up sleeping until like 11. So it's like those uninterrupted 5 hours are really good. But it's like, I don't really ever get 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep, which is crazy because I don't have anything that I like typically. It's not like I have like to go to school and I have alarm sets and stuff. So it's like I don't have any reason why I shouldn't be, but I just don't. I don't know. I obviously have anxiety. Again, if you know that, you know me. So I think obviously that causes a lot of like scary dreams. And like I have insomnia normally too. So those mix together. But it's just like funny because like I probably sleep worse than the people who like actually like have alarm set and have to get up early. But I do think that's because when you're forced to have structure like that and to get up at like a certain time every day, your body gets more used to that. Whereas like if you're someone who like makes their own schedule, you probably have a worse sleeping pattern because you're going to bed at different times or getting up at different times, and it's like harder for your body. Like I know with like your circadian rhythm and sleep, it's better to get up at the same time every day. You're never gonna catch me doing that. Like you'll never catch me setting an alarm and getting up unless I like really need to. Like if I have something to do that day, I'm capable of getting up, but I'm never just gonna do it to do it. I'm never gonna be that type of person that like gets up at 6 a.m. just for like kicks, like just for shits and gigs. Like that'll just never be me. Also because my favorite time of the day is like nighttime. Like I like when it's dark. I like 9:30 at night to like 3 in the morning. That's like my favorite part of the day. So I like to be awake. I know it's during the night, but you know what I mean. That's my favorite time during 28 hours. So I like 28 hours. Hello. That's my favorite time during 24 hours. So I like to be awake for that time. I've always been like that ever since I've been little. I think it's because this is going to sound so like effed up, but that was like the only time I really got left alone, you know? So I just learned to be up at that time. And I remember I used to get really bad insomnia, like even when I was a kid, like when I was like younger, like I think it started around the time my parents got divorced. I would get really bad insomnia, like from the time I was like 7 on. So, and I remember I would wake up or I would be awake and it would be like early in the morning. They'd be playing like the Disney Channel reruns or like the really like older movies. And I just felt so peaceful. So I just associated it with like a peaceful time, you know? So I just like to try to be awake during that time. But so that is how my day started. Obviously, then once I got up, I went downstairs, ate breakfast. I ate Lucky Charms. Listen, y'all know I'm in a Lucky Charm phase right now. I did also have my vitamins. I've been really good about having my vitamins lately, like my multivitamins, because I'm trying to be healthier. And for me, I need to take the steps to be healthy, like slowly, you know? So I've been really good about eating my vitamins. And then I've also been drinking more tea, which I'll have my tea later, so we can talk about that when it's relevant. And then obviously I had my coffee because I'm just never going to give up morning coffee. It's like, I look forward to it. And it is like one of the only routines that I stick to, you know? Like I get up, the first thing I do when I'm like ready to actually get up is go downstairs and have my coffee and like eat whatever I want to eat for breakfast. And that is like, that's been my routine literally, like I want to say since like I started drinking coffee when I was in middle school. I was probably too young, but my point is I've been drinking coffee like every morning for like a very, very long time. So it's like that is such a routine that's ingrained in me that I just will never not drink it, you know? I probably shouldn't because I have anxiety, so obviously it probably makes it worse, but I don't care. I love coffee. I love like just the art of drinking coffee. There's a social aspect around it. I just like the drink. I think it tastes good in general, so I just will never give it up. I'm also very dependent on it now. Like it is kind of a drug. I mean, it is a drug, and I'm definitely addicted to it. I mean, I've been drinking it since I was, I don't know, how old are you? In 7th grade? 7th, 8th grade, like 14, 13? I don't know. I'm younger than most because my birthday's in August, so I was like young for my grade, but not really relevant. But I've been drinking it since then, so it's like now my body's like dependent on it. So if I don't drink it, I'll get like headaches and like I'll feel sick, and it's just, I'm all set. Like I will just drink coffee until the end of my days, personally. So that was my morning. And then I watched an episode of the Dropout podcast, and now I am watching the next episode of SWAT. So honestly, lately during the day, all I've been doing is like chilling and watching something and like watching TV because it's been so freaking hot that it's like too hot to do anything else. And it's like if I'm like watching something, I like forget how hot it is. Otherwise I'll get like super uncomfortable. Granted, my room is better than the rest of the house because it has an air conditioner, but my air conditioner does not work that well. But I am still grateful to have something, you know, like it's better than nothing. And it does help with the humidity, which is what I'm allergic to. I don't know if you can be allergic to humidity, okay? I have no idea. But all I know is it makes me itchy. When it's like really humid, I get really itchy and uncomfortable. Could be completely like made up in my mind. I don't know if that's medically even a thing, but it happens to me for whatever reason that is. I'm gonna chill today. I'm gonna watch SWAT and vibe. Yesterday I watched SWAT and journaled while I did it. Right now I'm just chilling. I just had to take my inhaler because my allergies are super bad. And I don't know if you're watching this, if you like have asthma or have had to take an inhaler, then y'all know the drill. But if you haven't, it makes you really shaky. Because it's like I don't know, the medicine just makes you like really shaky and like lightheaded. So usually, and honestly most people I know who in my life who have asthma, it's like after you take your inhaler, you like need to sit down or like lay down for like a good hour or two to like chill, because you're like so shaky and lightheaded. It literally feels like you're gonna pass out or like have like a panic attack, even though like you're fine, you know, it's totally normal. So I'm just gonna chill and like watch SWAT until I don't feel like that anymore, and then I might journal again. I'm trying to bullet journal more because I just feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm behind. I caught up the other day though, because I had to do my May recap and my June recap, and I still have like some pictures I need to print to stick in there, but I just haven't felt like doing it. Okay, now I want to go through my TBR, which, like I said, haven't done one of those in a while, but I wanted to do one for August because I'm trying to make a real effort to read more. Also, since I have to use my phone as a microphone, I can't pull up, well, I could, but I don't feel like getting my computer out, so I'm probably just gonna forget the authors, so I'm just gonna say the titles of the books. The books I'm currently in the middle of, that's The First Order of Business. I am reading Vacation Wars, which I know that one's by Megan Quinn. I really want to finish that one. I'm 31% of the way through it. It's like a cute little love story in Greece, and it's very summer vibe, so I really want to finish that one before the summer ends. Also, since I'm already like more than a quarter of the way through it, I feel like there's no excuse not to finish it, and I'm in the middle of so many books right now, so I really want to finish some of them because it's getting a little crazy. On a similar note, I'm also in the middle of reading Counting the Cost, which is by Jill Duggar, and it's her, like, you know, her story and like the back stage BTS about 19 Kids and Counting, you know, the name always changes, but about like that show and like her family and everything. And I am 74% of the way through that, so I'm like literally almost done, and I just rechecked it out from the library, so I really want to finish that one. I'm putting it on the August TBR because I am just like, I'm not going to pressure myself to finish it before August, if that makes sense. I could finish it before, but who knows? But I definitely want to finish it before August ends. I want to finish it in August. Again, I'm 74% of the way through that one. There's like no excuse to not finish it. It's going to take me like 2 seconds. I'm also in the middle of this book called The Diablo's Curse. Found this one in my library and it just sounded interesting. It's about this like demon who wants to become human, but to do that he has to like take back all of the deals he's made with people like throughout his like, you know, many years. And there's this one kid that's making it difficult. And I love stuff like that. I love like magical realism, supernatural elements. That's like my jam. So I'm having fun. I think I'm like 16% of the way through this one, but I want to finish this one. This is the one I'm like actively reading. It's the most recent one I started, so obviously that goes on the list. And then I'm also currently in the middle of Ghost Roast, that's what it's called. And it's a graphic novel about this girl whose dad is a ghost hunter, and she lives in New Orleans, and she's like embarrassed because her dad like creates this commercial and everything, and I'm assuming she's gonna have to help her dad hunt some ghosts. Love it. Perfect for Summerween. So you'll probably see me read that one in my Summerween vlog that I'm gonna do at some point. But I started that one. I'm not that far into it. I'm only like 20 pages into it, I think, which like for a graphic novel is kind of like nothing, but I'm really liking it so far. So that is also on my list of things that I would like to finish. This is kind of like my, you know, it's my August TBR, but it's like I want to finish all of these books before August ends, you know, like from now until August ends. That's kind of the vibes. I am in the middle of a lot more books than that, but those are the main ones that I really want to finish that I'm currently in the middle of. I also want to read more of 101 Essays to Change the Way You Think. I'm not going to finish that one because I am deliberately taking that one really slow. It's kind of like a textbook. It's like therapy. I like to like read a few, highly annotate, let them sink in, really think about them. So that one, I'm not like putting a time constraint on finishing it at all, but I do want to read some more essays from that one because I feel like it was either June or like May was the last time I read something from that, so like I want to read some more. Then I'm technically in the middle of this book. Oh my god, I always forget. It's the second book in the Lady Midnight trilogy. And is it Queen of Darkness or King of Shadows? I forget, but it's the second one. And I read the first one in like February. I buddy read it with my sister. And then I started the second one in like March, I believe. I forget how far into it I am. Maybe like a quarter, maybe less. It's a really big book. It's a chunker. But I really, really love the Shadowhunters books, and I'm embarrassingly behind on them. And one of the things I really wanted to do this year was get, not caught up, because it's going to take me a bit and I don't want to rush through them and have none, but I wanted to keep going with my Shadowhunters read, because I just got so behind, and it's like my favorite world. So I really would like to finish that book before the end of August. I should have no problem doing that, because once I like get in the zone reading Cassandra Clare, like I'm usually good and I finish them really fast. I like chew through them. But that is one that I technically started, but I'm going to read the majority of it in August most likely, and I really want to finish that one for August. Then I've also got the second book, The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I believe I don't know if it's a duology or a trilogy, because I know the third book just came out, but I'm unclear if the third book is like, I know it's part of the world, but I don't know if it's technically part of the series, if that makes sense. But I forget what the second book's called. I think it's like Good Girl, Bad Blood or something. I am going to buddy read that one with my sister. She's currently reading the first book right now, so when she finishes that one, we're going to buddy read the second one, because I've already read the first one. Hopefully, I put a hold on it at the library, so hopefully by the time she's ready to read it, I will have that book from the library. I think I should, because there's a lot of copies, so I feel like it'll be fine, but I'm just like fingers crossed, because I want to buddy read that one together. We haven't buddy read anything since we buddy read Lady Midnight. So mostly my goals for August are like to finish a lot of the books that I'm in the middle of, which I think I'm in the middle of like 17 books. I think that's the full number. It's very ridiculous. So that's the main thing. And then the huge chunker that I want to tackle in August is the second one in the Lady Midnight trilogy, because I was really enjoying that. And it's set in Los Angeles, so it just kind of has like summer vibes. So those are the main ones. That's my TBR. I'm excited. I've been slowly getting back into reading again, so I'm hoping that this will help, having like a rough outline of what I want to get to, a strategic attack, if you will. I hope you enjoyed this little like chill day in my life random vlog. I hope you enjoyed my little August TBR that I threw in there. Comment down below what you're gonna read in August. Let me know if you have any book recommendations for me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. And be sure to subscribe if you're not already. It makes me very happy and helps out my channel a lot. And I will see you guys on Friday with another video. Later, Gators. Bye.